Linux server consolidation and cloud computing is all these are different use cases for KVM, VDI support, hosting of virtual appliances, managed service providers in multi-hypervisor environments. This chart just shows you very briefly industry-wide customers using KVM. The Google Compute Engine, for example, the HP public cloud is using KVM, and this is a list of IBM customers today who are using KVM. And this is just a small subset. There's a URL here which you can get many more details on the customers, IBM customers using KVM today. So I'm going to skip, to the benefit of time, a couple of slides here to just show you, let me just show you one thing here. So this was a customer, a communication service provider in China. And what he had was he had different systems. He had a power, IBM power cluster, and he had x86 clusters. And what he was having a problem was of deploying the servers, of deploying virtual machines on those servers. And what we suggested to him was to use smart cloud entry together with RHEL KVM for the x86 part. And this helped him, first of all, to utilize his service much more. This was more of a Linux consolidation story here. And it also helped him to reduce the time for deployment of his service there. Mac this morning talked about soft layer. And so I wanted to give you a little bit of few details on what our soft layer is all about. And this basically gives you very briefly the technology capabilities of soft layer. This is IBM's public cloud. At best comparable, perhaps it's politically wrong, with AWS and others. So first of all, in the soft layer, you can provision dedicated metal servers, bare metal servers. Very rich characteristics which you can choose, and with corresponding billing and time to provisioning. What you can also do is you can also get a cloud computing instance. You can also provision and ask for virtual machines. Okay. What you can then also do is you can also have a bare metal cloud computing instance, which is a variation of this. And lastly, but not least, is this particular element. You can ask for your own private cloud. You can ask for your own private cloud, which is hosted within SoftLayer. Today, officially, that private cloud is based on Zen Server and CloudStack. I would not be surprised, again, this is not an announcement, that in future, such a private cloud could also be OpenStack based, right? So you could say, okay, give me, with a very few and limited number of APIs, a private, my own OpenStack based cloud, okay? With, for example, KVM hypervisors. This is a link to the IBM Success Stories book, which I had mentioned earlier. There's also some more information from IBM on KVM. It's not just sales information, although that's good too. You also have a lot of links to technical information, best practices for KVM, best practices for security on KVM, and things like that. And so coming to an end, KVM is an open source alternative. It's an extremely powerful open source alternative, and we think it's a much better choice, not only for lower cost and higher performance. It has a rich ecosystem, and now there's also lots of virtualization management tools available for that, which were perhaps not available 2 years back. So with that, I hope I didn't put everybody else to sleep before lunch. Any questions? I'm sorry, I had to skip a few slides because it's late. Yes, please.
You spoke about S-Word. Do you have any idea about the performance
I would need to check on details on that, but I would not expect that it is more than 5 to 7%, but I would need to check. If you can leave me your details, I can definitely get that. Okay? Any other questions? Perhaps I was too fast because I started off so late. Okay, if that's not the case, thank you very much.